What's attractive about coming over to Iraq to do business is the fact that the currency is so cheap, that labor, production, and product cost are all cheap as well. Why do you suppose Nike gets their shoes made in China? Because they pay $5 per month and then bring the shoes over here to America and sell them for several $100s. Do you see the huge profit margin? That's the same thing with Iraq. The currency is so cheap the companies would rather do business in Iraq. Because of the cheap labor. When they increase the exchange rate, it's more costly for labor, products and production. Do you think they want this low exchange rate? Yes. And they want it much lower. They don't give a shit. The only thing missing is the lower denims and the new exchange rate. Everything else is in position. In my conversation with my CBI contact on my Wednesday call, we talked about the monetary reform and where it stood. I was told it would take some time, maybe weeks or months even, for the currency swaps to take the needed effect in leveling out the parallel black market rate for the dollar. But my contact seemed very optimistic that the plan now in place could move this rate quicker than expected even. But I was warned not to expect instant success, as there is still a period of monitoring it for wide swings. In other words, it needs to be stable. We can see that there has been more progress towards currency reform in the last 12 months than in the 20 years combined. Question: why would Iraq give the date of January 15 when they have tried to keep the timing of everything else a secret? They're not telling you that's when they're going to reinstate their currency. They're telling you that's when their currency will go international. Now the question is, at what rate? Via PDK, here is a great article written last August. The Kuwaiti Dinar. A closer look at the world's strongest currency. This talks about the history of the Kuwait dinar and why it is so valued. They have many of the same things going for it that Iraq now has. What does that tell us? The Iraqi dinar should be worth the same or higher. Emo. Question: what do you know about the length of time that we can exchange? More than likely inside of a year. We should be able to see the growth of the Iraqi dinar to go back into what is comfortable for the Middle Eastern currency exchange rate that's fair. Accounting started January 1. Taxation in the dinar, commercial trading in the dinar was supposed to start on the 1 street. We're going to have to watch them expose how this rolls out. What they are talking about is a redenomination. Redenomination itself is considered symbolic, as it does not have any impact on a country's exchange rate. So deletion of the zeros, otherwise known as a redenomination, doesn't have anything to do with the exchange rate. Al-Kazemi's advisor. The project to delete zeros from the currency is subject to 2 conditions: from the currency, not the exchange rate. It says the currency. The currency is the same thing as a banknote. The 25,000 dinar, the 10,000 dinar, that's what they're talking about. When you read this, don't mix the two up and assume when they say currency, they're talking about the value. They're not. They're talking about the banknote.